Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome. I am Pastor Guy, and this is Pastor's Corner. For those of you who are new to the corner, I'm Guy Watley, and welcome to my corner of the internet. It's a place where we get together once a week to encourage the believer on how to be in the world, but not of the world. If you like what you hear, follow us on Facebook and YouTube, subscribe, give us thumbs ups, and all those kind of things. And it helps get the message out. You can also watch our Sunday morning service live stream at 10:30 Pacific time. Anyway, welcome. Not going to be a good day today. Uh, I guess it's I don't know. It's not a great topic. It's an unfortunate topic, but it's a reality of something that we need to address, that we need to make sure we understand well. A long time ago, well, I don't know about a long time ago, but several months ago, I was um, chastened for calling the Democrat Party the party of death, and I've done that. I've labeled that for a while now, and I won't back down from that. And as we get into today's topic, if you don't understand, hopefully you will understand. The pushback was that, well, not all Democrats believe those things. And that's just ignorant. That's just ignorance of not understanding the political system in which we move. If Democrats are in charge of the House and of Congress as a whole, the Senate, the White House, whatever it is, they make the rules, they make the laws. Next time they're in charge, we'll have 15 people on the Supreme Court, and they'll all be liberals except for the four or five that are left over from the Trump era. And they'll do away with the filibuster, and they will just drive this country further and further left. And if you don't believe that, you're not paying attention, because and when you vote for a Democrat, you're supporting that. You ultimately are supporting. I don't care how nice the person is. It's the same with independents. Independents ultimately end up voting with the Democrats every time. There's never been an independent in Congress that's voted with the Republicans. So politics do matter, and they matter because of our topic today. And as we think about our topic today, uh, it's incumbent to understand this. Um, we're dealing with abortion this morning, and Massachusetts signed sweeping, as what I saw in the news. And in fact, none of the headlines gave a rat's rear end about the babies that were being murdered. The abortion legislation that was signed in Massachusetts allows abortion all the way up to the birth canal. And what that means is a woman can be 9 months pregnant and giving birth and decide, I can't keep this baby. And they will sever the spinal cord with scissors. They will go in through the birth canal and sever the spinal cord and then dismember that child and pull it out limb by limb and throw it in the trash can. When this bill was signed, the women that were standing around this female governor, there was one man in the room that I could see in the picture. They were all smiling and laughing with glee. It's beyond human understanding of any decency that that is the attitude that uh, permeates the Democrat Party. I guarantee you there wasn't a Republican standing there. I, can I prove it? No, but we all know. We know because we know, and it's it's demonic at the nth degree of what they're doing. How are we any different than China? China you were allowed one child, and you were also allowed to kill the child if it wasn't a boy when you gave birth. So a woman would give birth, it's a girl, they would just kill it. That went on for decades, probably still goes on today. That's why there's, I don't know what the statistic is, one woman for every 10 men or something like that in China. It's insane. People are heinous, and we allow Satan to influence us in the most objectionable ways possible. There are 10 states now, and then as well as the District of Columbia, wonderful state of Oregon being one of them, that allows abortion all the way up through birth. There are no limitations. There can be an abortion at any time, and it is perfectly legal, and there are men and women who will do it. They will reach into the womb and start cutting up a baby with scissors. It is horrific. Jeremiah 32. You guys familiar with Scripture? We read this in Jeremiah 32. They built the high places of Baal in the valley of the sons of Hinnom to offer up their sons and their daughters to Moloch. Though I did not command them, nor did it enter my mind that they should do this abomination to cause Judah to sin. It doesn't matter your ethnicity. It doesn't matter your background. People are all subject to falling underneath the curse of sin and the mindset that goes with it. As we, watch these things progress, as Christians, we need to keep our hands on the wheel, our foot on the gas, and just continue to pound and to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ, the hope of the glory of God. Because this world has no other alternatives. There is no other hope. There's no help coming. It is all just bad news. There are only 7 states that ban abortion completely. And those states, if a woman goes in and she has an ectopic pregnancy, in other words, a fertilized egg outside of the uterus, they will remove that. But everybody's like, oh, you can't do that. That's just not true. That's a lie. Banning abortion in the 7 states means you just can't walk in off the street and say, I don't want this anymore. Take it out of me. And now, of course, we have that horrific drug that you can just order from Walmart, the RU 486 or 386, whatever it is. And it puts a high percentage of women that take it in the hospital. They end up at a clinic. They end up with profuse bleeding, with all kinds of problems. But yet you won't see it on the news. You have to search for those things because they hide it. They don't want us to know. This is life and death. We're still aborting millions of babies in America every year. And Massachusetts with glee, that's what just gets the hackles up. You see these people, and this time, that's not always, was mainly women. And they're just laughing and happy, and they're either the dumbest people on planet Earth, or they are just have given in to the evil of Satan. And the demons are running rampant. I mean, there is no other explanation for it. It. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words at what we're witnessing, and as these states slowly but surely codify these things into law, nothing's going to change. We celebrate when a state uh, puts a clamp on it after 18 weeks or something like that. Big deal. What difference does it make if you suck the child out in a vacuum or you cut them up with scissors? They're still dead. That's the world we live in. That's the America that we live in. We are a deceived, desperately wicked nation. And we need to pray that God's mercy would rain on us, that he would show us mercy, that he would open eyes. Did we read this? An abomination. They were giving up their sons and daughters to Moloch. Well, what do you think that means? I mean, all we're talking about is a timeline now. We've established it's okay to kill, and now we're just going to put a timeline on it. We need to pray harder. I need to pray harder. Need to pray more. We need to pray that the eyes of the people will be opened and that they will see the great light, that they will see Jesus Christ and the hope that he brings. Desperately evil, desperately wicked. Does that mean that Republicans are great and grand? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And there are red states that vote to keep abortion legal up to a certain amount of weeks, like they have their limits. And all you're saving babies, but it's not the answer. We need Jesus. And it's evident when you see that on the national news. I challenge you to find one headline that mentions anything about the destructive nature of what they've just done in Massachusetts. And you might find it on the National Review or somewhere, but you don't even see it on Fox or anything. Sweeping Massachusetts bill allowing abortions up to birth. That's the Fox headline. No condemnation in there. You wouldn't want to take sides, would you? Anyway, I'm done. That's my rant for today. Sorry. I'm Pastor Guy, and this has been Pastor's Corner. We are in and out of the smoke here. My allergies are killing me, which I didn't even get until I was past 40. I don't know what that means, but anyway, it's not something I've ever really dealt with. I'm still adjusting. But you guys have a great week in the Lord, and you be blessed. And I will see you next week. Keep praying.